What if I told you that a coin almost everyone would ignore could be hiding one of the most interesting stories in pocket change history? Take a look at this coin. At first glance, it looks like nothing special. Just a British 2 pence coin from 1998, most people would spend it without a second thought. But collectors don't look at coins the way ordinary people do. They look for tiny details, unusual features, and hidden clues that can completely change the story of a coin. And today, we're going to examine this 1998 2 pence piece and uncover why coins like this keep attracting attention from collectors around the world. Because before you spend a coin like this, you might want to take a closer look. Here's a challenge. Imagine you found this coin in a jar of old change. Would you A. Spend it immediately, or B. Put it aside and inspect it carefully? Most people choose option A, and that's exactly why many interesting coins disappear back into circulation. The truth is that collectors rarely get excited about a coin because of its face value. What excites them is the possibility that something unusual happened during the coin's journey. Maybe it was struck differently. Maybe it developed an interesting error. Maybe it survived in exceptional condition. Or maybe it carries a detail that most people never notice. And that's why the smartest collectors don't rush. They inspect, they compare, they investigate. And by the end of this video, I'll show you exactly what experienced collectors look for when they find a coin like this one. So stay with me, because the most important detail is coming up later. Before we dive deeper, take another look at this coin. Notice the wear, notice the color, notice how long it has likely been in circulation. Now think about this. How many hands has this coin passed through since 1998? Hundreds, thousands, maybe even tens of thousands. It may have traveled through shops, restaurants, train stations, airports, flea markets, and cash registers. Every scratch tells part of a story. Every mark represents another chapter in the life of this small piece of metal. And yet somehow, after all those years, it survived long enough to end up right here on camera. That's what makes coin collecting so fascinating. You're not just looking at money. You're looking at history that people carried in their pockets every day. Now, let's talk about something many new collectors don't realize. The biggest mistake beginners make is focusing only on age. They assume older automatically means valuable. But experienced collectors know that's not how the hobby works. A coin's story is often more important than its age. A relatively modern coin with an unusual feature can attract far more attention than an older coin that millions of people saved. That's why collectors carefully inspect the lettering, the edges, the design details, the overall strike quality, and even tiny differences that most people would never notice. When they find something unusual, that's when the excitement begins. It's almost like being a detective. You're searching for clues hidden in plain sight. Now here's where things get interesting. Imagine two people find identical-looking coins. One spends theirs. The other examines every detail. Weeks later, the second person discovers a feature that most people completely missed. That's why many collectors use magnifiers and bright lights. Not because the coin looks impressive from a distance, but because the smallest details can sometimes tell the biggest stories. And when a collector discovers something unusual, word spreads quickly through the collecting community. Suddenly, a coin that seemed ordinary becomes the center of discussion, not because of hype, but because people love solving mysteries. And coin collecting is full of mysteries. Want you to do something right now. Pause for a moment and look at your own change jar seriously. How many coins have you ignored this week? How many have you spent without even looking? You might be surprised at what you find. Collectors often say that the most exciting discovery isn't buying a rare coin. It's finding one yourself. That moment when you realize something in your pocket deserves a closer look. That's a feeling every collector remembers. So what should you do if you come across a coin like this 1998 2 pence? First, don't clean it. Many people think cleaning improves a coin. Collectors usually prefer original surfaces. Second, inspect it carefully under good lighting. Third, compare it with other examples. Look for differences. Look for unusual features. Look for anything that stands out. Because the best discoveries often happen when someone notices what everyone else overlooked. And that's exactly why coin collecting remains one of the most exciting hobbies in the world. The next great discovery might already be sitting in someone's pocket right now, maybe even yours. So, after seeing this 1998 2 pence coin, would you keep it? Or would you spend it? Let me know in the comments. And here's another question. What's the oldest coin you've ever found in circulation? I read every comment and love seeing what viewers discover. If you enjoyed this coin hunt, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications because we're constantly uncovering fascinating coins that most people would never look at twice. And remember, the next coin you receive might be far more interesting than you think. So check your change carefully. You never know what story is waiting to be discovered.